adjust myself as well. Give me a moment. Okay, hi everyone. Oh, welcome to the live today. Hello, people. Okay. Hello, Irina. I am happy that you are paying attention to the details. It has just been updated. If you can see it right there on top of me. Yes. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the live as we are waiting for the rest of the people to come. Of course, we talk about good news. Yes. Irina, how have you been? I hope you've been well. Okay. So, yes, I hope you're all students who are here watching the live. I want to play Roblox. Okay, Irina, thanks for dropping by. Enjoy your gameplay. Okay. Yes. So everyone, while we are waiting for the rest to come, yes, I do have some good news for all of you. I hope you're enjoying your June holiday so far. But if you are, we are definitely more than halfway through June because it's already 17th of June. So I suppose it's really a good time to continue planning ahead, especially that after these holidays, you're officially entering the examination season. So, hello, Pear. Welcome to you, Pear. Hope you've been well and, and happy in life. Yes, so everyone, if you are actually really planning ahead, which I suggest you should do, we do have 1 day oral programs for two very nice, okay, because you're gonna have this is a good news for you. You have school holidays this coming July, which is gonna be 7th July, Youth Day, and then 11th August for National Day. So for these 2 days, we are offering to you these two crash courses right here. Mhm. So we have PSLE Oral Intensive Crash Course. It's 2 hours. You go through the final set of revision you need just before the PSLE oral examinations, or if you're a P5 student, just before your end of year examinations. And if you want something a bit more personalized where you can actually ask all your questions and practice on one specific topic with a teacher whose attention is just given to you can go for PSLE oral one-to-one intensive coaching. Yes. So I bring you good news, of course. Yeah. So 7th of July and 11th August, at least you still have school holidays coming up that you can expect. So join us for this one. If in case you want to focus on top schools English exam paper 2 revision, we do have a paper 2 revision for everyone as well. Hi, Pillow. Okay, so yeah, paper 2 revision, that's definitely half of your overall English grade. If you want to secure that, and this section really does have a lot of it has a lot of components that you need to master. So I think at this point, when you are in June, whether you're secondary or primary student, you should have a good gauge now as to which sections, for example, are you really struggling with, which ones are you very good at. So at least you can move towards a more targeted practice and revision plan moving forward now that we have really passed through the halfway point of the year. Yes. So join us for these two things. And today, of course, to give you a quick glimpse as to how we are learning paper 2 in our programs. Of course, the actual top schools paper 2 do not have the ads that I'm talking about. So today I'm going through MGS paper prelim from 2022. So let's continue making sure that you are continuing to learn English, brushing up your grammar skills and your vocabulary skills. Are you all ready, people? Put my phone to do not disturb mode so that I can only give my attention to all of you. Okay? Now, are we ready? Let's start, ladies and gentlemen. Feel free to share the live, by the way, so you can learn with friends and or to anyone whom you think will benefit from this. Let's start with a few grammar questions, shall we? Let's go and see. Number 1. Some sugar blank required to make the dessert taste better. Declare the chef in the cooking demonstration. Now, this is, if you can see from the options, right, is, are, was, were. You are definitely, you definitely need to know your subject-verb agreement. Am I talking about something founded in 1887? What's founded in 1887, Pillow? Oh, you mean MGS, huh? Is it? Yes, it is Pillow. Mm-hmm. Now, Pillow, you're going for number one, so I'm assuming you see sugar as singular. Is it? Why do you think sugar is singular? Because sugar is what? What kind of noun is this? Mm-hmm. Sugar is uncountable, right? Yeah, but it has the word some though. Some, do keep in mind, everyone, can be used for both countable and uncountable nouns. Okay? That's why you can say, I need some water. That's uncountable. Or I have some books. That's countable. So sugar is uncountable. Very good, Pillow. So normally uncountable nouns, you put them together as one unit. So we go for number one. Very good. You started off very well. Okay, now number two. Asman recounted how his father would watch him blank soccer in the school field every Saturday. Okay, you are definitely being tested on subject verb agreement again and grammar, of course, because it's a grammar MCQ question. But you have a very good clue here. Do you see this pattern right here? Remember the VNV rule? The second V is always in what form? There's always just two options for this, if you can recall it correctly, right? Two options for this. When you see V and V, it's either it's in base form. Yes, very good, Pillow. Or it's in ing. So basically, if these are the two options, I can cancel 2 and then cancel 3. Now, watching blank soccer in the school field every Sunday. Hello, Ozil. Ozil goes for number one. And I suppose because you say base form, Pillow, you also go for number one. Now, when the two options, base form and ing, are inside, when you see the V and V type of question, normally, if they wanted to use the ing, there is always an obvious clue that they're looking for something in the continuous form. Otherwise, it's always just base form. So that's number one. Would watch him play. Very good. Also, hello. I saw you in the morning live as well when I was moderating. Okay, number 3. Let's go. If we blank, it was Sally's birthday yesterday, we would have sent her a card. Okay, give me your answer, but also tell me what type of question is this, because this is a commonly tested question type. I know you're very good at this already. I keep repeating this like a broken record. Okay, also goes for number 3. Also, can you name this type of question? I am increasing the level of difficulty for you, huh? Conditional, very good. These are conditionals. And I have another question. What conditional type is this? Give it a guess. This is conditionals. You usually would know it. It's like there's an if. Wow. I am very proud of you, Ozo. You are definitely acing your O levels. I'm telling you that. Very good, Pillow. It is also number 3. Past. And you will see that the second statement has would have. So that's how you know it's type 3, correct? And type 3 is the if statement is in past perfect form. If I had done this, if I had studied, if I had practiced, it's always in that form. And then the second statement, I would not have or I would have, right? It's always in that form. We're going looking for type 3 conditional. Indeed, the answer is type 3. Good job, both of you. Very proud of you. Number 4, Suling, together with her parents, blank in the park every weekend. Hi, this one also commonly tested. They like to trick you because some students would then get confused, right? Do I look at Suling or do I look at parents? Let's see if you know who to look at for your subject-verb agreement. Okay, let's see. So you are being tested on 2 grammar concept here. You're being tested whether you know the subject-verb agreement, singular or plural, and do you know what tense to use? Okay. Now, extra info. Oh, Ozil has an explanation. Ozil can already teach the live session. Pillow also goes for number 2. You see double commas here. Whatever is in between is an extra information. It's not the main subject. So, how do you know it's extra info? There are some keywords that you can actually look out for. Together with, as well as, except. What other ones? Yeah, so these are like, they're giving an additional information. They're not the main subject. The main subject in here is suling. And suling is, of course, singular. Now, what is your keyword to know the tense? Type it very quickly, please. This one is straightforward. How do you know the tense? What are the keywords there to tell you whether you're using present tense, present continuous, or past tense even? You are giving me all the explanation. What do you think? Wait, 2 words that gave away the tense of this sentence. Ladies and gentlemen, very good. It's every weekend. When something is habitual or it's recurring in a regular manner, it's present tense. Okay? So there you have it. Singular and present. That's number 2. Well done. Okay. Number 5. Jane took up the job offer just as I said she would. Blank she. Oh, there's like some notes here that I don't want you to see. Hope you didn't see that. Okay. Ganessa asked. Okay, this one is an easy one. Why are there so many rules? I feel like a pilot. I mean, there are indeed a lot of rules in a language that has developed so much over a long period of time. Pillow. Purposes of these rules is to ensure that communication is clear when we talk to people. So yes, there are a lot of rules. That's why you have to expose yourself to them and the practices, so it becomes second nature to you to talk that way and be more understandable. Okay. Now, number 5, Jane took up the job offer just as I said she should. Blank. Ganessa asked. There is something that they did here. So I understand that. I think you all can get, right, that this is okay, teacher. This is question tag, commonly tested question. But there's something they're doing in the question to try to confuse you. Do you know what they're trying to do to confuse you? They need negative. I see. Because you're seeing, they try to confuse you. They put the word should, right? And then this one. Some students who don't really think and then just rush to the answer, they see the word should, right? They never read properly, right? And then they assume it's shouldn't she. Wrong. Look at the actual verb being used, took up, right? This is obviously a positive statement because you don't see the negative words, right? It doesn't bear, never, seldom, rarely, barely, hardly, right? Those are the words that makes it negative. So this one is positive. Took up is an action verb. Remember, when you're dealing with action verbs for question tag, it's do, does, did. And because took up is in past tense, it's obviously did. So we turn it into past tense in negative. We need the negative here. Ozil, you're correct. It's number 1. So be careful with that, Pillow. Do not fall for it. I navigate these questions by trying the positives for the context. What do you mean, Pillow? Can I understand that? Okay, so there are these things that they try to do when they create questions, right? I start to realize after going through a lot of past year papers, they will, of course, that the types of questions are repetitive. They structure it just differently, right? But they will always try to structure it in a way that they put some like tricky parts to confuse some students who do not really read the whole thing. So take your time reading the question, read all the way to the end, check the context, and then try to understand it. Even if you know the question type being tested on, do not get complacent. Because sometimes, right, you go in and say, I know this is conditionals, I know this. Oh, I know this is subject verb agreement. I know this. This is question tag. This is so easy. Sorry. This is so easy. I'm just going to read through it very quickly. Don't do that. Do not get complacent and overconfident. Yeah. Let's move on to number 6. I blank traveling around the world and will continue to travel as long as my schedule allows me to. What do you think is the answer, people? I blank traveling around the world and will continue to travel as long as my schedule allows me to. Hello, Hypecta. Hypecta goes for 3. Pillow goes for 2. So we have 2 different answers. Anyone else wants to give it a try? Ozil, are you there? Do you have your own? Are you going for a different word? We will see, Hypecta. Chloe also goes for 3. Okay, welcome to all of you. Kayleen. Okay, we have 2 different answers. We have 2 and 3. And I think it's pretty obvious that you're all being tested on tens here. Now, I am blank traveling around the world and will continue to as long as my schedule allows me to. The person is basically saying, I blank travel and will continue to travel. It tells you that it started in the past because it started in the past and it's still ongoing, right? That's the context. For this case, when the action started in the past and it's still ongoing until the time of speaking, you are going for present perfect tense. Therefore, you are correct. The answer is number 3. I have enjoyed. Okay. So I have enjoyed, that means to say he's talking about his experiences of traveling, which will continue in the present and possibly into the future. That's the whole implication of what he's saying. He's been enjoying it and it will continue and it possibly more in the future, right? So the answer is indeed number 3. Okay? Yes, Hypecta. You questioned yourself for a moment there, but you're correct. Okay, number 7. Won't Mrs. Cole be pleased when she blanked that we were both selected in the audition for the talent show? Wency asked Nurul. What do you think? Do we go for hears, heard, could hear, would have heard? Okay, Hypecta goes for number 1. Anyone who wants to agree with that, or you want to give another answer? Pillow agrees to it. Okay. Now you're going for, won't Mrs. Cole be pleased when she hears that we were both selected in the audition for the talent show? I think that when see here, as in the person talking, right? Because it's a dialogue. When see here is asking about a future event that will happen. Because like, won't Mrs. Cole be pleased when she blank? So he's asking about something that's not happened yet, like something in the future. Now, there is no future tense here in the options. It's because when referring to a future event that is in a dependent clause and it's expected to happen, you use present tense. Correct. So, very good. Your answer is number 1. Correct. Right. Well done. You deserve a ring of the bell. Number 8, there was no malice in her. Blank, she was very kind. Said mother of our neighbor. You're in a roll, Hypecta. Although otherwise, in contrast, on the contrary, what you think? Do we say there was no malice in her, although she was very kind? Or there was no malice in her, otherwise, she was very kind? There was no malice in her. In contrast, she was very kind. Or, there was no malice in her. On the contrary, she was very kind. What do you think? You're looking for that phrase that basically, or the word that allows you to kind of like, so there was no malice. And then this one, you need to introduce a statement that opposes or contradicts what was previously stated. Okay, Hypecta, you're going for number 3. I see. Uh-huh. Also, you answer number four. You answer number four, so you're going for on the contrary. Okay. Let's talk about the options. I'll tell you how they're used, and then tell me if you want to stick to the answer that you've given or you want to change your mind. Okay. Now, although it's pretty straightforward, right? You use it to introduce a subordinate clause, okay, that presents a contrast. Now, I have to mention it introduces subordinate clause because these two are technically separate sentences on their own. So, although is not the word for it. Otherwise, you indicate a different situation, right? Or result if something didn't happen. A different situation or result if something didn't happen. Okay, so I'm gonna go and say, for example, I'll wash the dishes. Otherwise, I'll get my sister to do it. Like that. Okay. Now, in contrast, from the word contrast itself, you compare two different ideas, okay, or things more directly. So, you are basically doing a comparison, okay? Now, on the contrary, is kind of like introduce a statement. You introduce a statement, and this statement actually opposes it will oppose the one before it, okay, the previous one. So what do you think is the answer considering all these things? Although already cannot, right? And then otherwise, they're not really talking about a different situation, okay? In contrast, is you're doing a comparison. We are not doing a comparison. We're actually, the second sentence is actually kind of like opposing the first one. So the answer is a number 4. Okay. On the contrary, she was very kind. Good job, Pillow. Now, number 9. And sad face, Hypecta. It's okay, Hypecta. If you get the wrong answer, I'm not gonna pounce on you for giving me the wrong answer. Now, number 9, blank effort has gone into making this event a success, all thanks to the committed team. This one very easy, very easy. Firstly, of course, you have to know if effort is a countable or uncountable noun. Then you should be able to know what is the answer from there. Pillow goes for 4. Ozil is answering, okay, correct. Effort is uncountable. That would basically mean to say, for example, many cannot, because many is for countable. Okay. A bit off. Okay, so now you have done step number 1 where you actually check the modified noun. Okay, sure, I know it's uncountable. Then you start eliminating, right? We eliminated 1 already. The second step when you are dealing with quantifier questions is to check the context, whether you need a high amount of that noun or a low amount of that noun. So the noun is effort. I know it's uncountable. Do I need a high amount of effort or a low amount of effort? The sentence, now check now comprehension comes in. Check the sentence. The event was a success. So if it was a success, then of course the effort is what? High. So a bit off cannot be, right? And then less also cannot be. Just checking at the context. So obviously, the answer is number 4. Mian Pao, hello, welcome to you. High amount, correct. Thank you. So it's 4. And the last number for grammar, that's N strong. Kumar was exempted blank PE lessons for a week because he had sprained his ankle. Poor Kumar. Now, exempted is paired with what preposition? Pillow. What's a very specific answer? Chloe goes for number 4. Pillow also goes for number 4. Exempted from. Is it? Okay. So when you talk what we want to imply here is that someone is excluded or not required to participate. If you want to say it that way, you actually say exempted from. Very good. It's number 4. Well done. Okay, someone is not required to participate. Very nice, right? Sometimes there's like exemption before, like when you're a student and then you kind of like do something nicely, so you get exempted from the exam. Like, wow, but that rarely happens. All right, good job. We have just finished the grammar questions. I see there's quite a lot of people inside. Welcome to all of you. I'm Teacher Mitsuko. I'm going through MGS paper 2022 Prelim P6. Do stay. I'm going to jump into the vocabulary section in a moment. But I just would like to quickly tell you about this oral programs that is happening after June, because it's 17th of June. That means to say you're halfway through. It's good time to start planning what comes after. Good news is you still have school holidays in July and August. Not as long as June, but you still have. So better than nothing. So you have 7th July for Youth Day, and you also have 11th August for National Day. And for these 2 days, because you are cutting very close to PSLE Oral, which is going to be, I think, on 13th and 14th of August, we are offering final revision, the final stretch for you to really ensure you are confident to take your oral exam. That's PSLE Oral Intensive Crash Course. If I no need take PSLE, can buy the lesson also or not. Hi, Pacta. Let's save this for our PSLE students, yeah? We are also, however, offering this for P5 students who are going to be facing their end-of-year examinations. So you have the intensive crash course. It's 2 hours. You'll go through some very good response framework. You build content knowledge as well on very commonly tested topics. But if you want something a bit more personalized, there is also oral intensive coaching one-to-one. This one is one-to-one. So you have all the attention of the teacher, 1 hour, go through, dive deep into one topic of your choice. Okay. Nonetheless, if you're a bit more worried about your paper 2, you're okay with your oral, you can do both actually. We have a Top Schools English Exam Paper 2 revision program, which is going to be 10 days, fully online from the comforts of your home. And you'll be going through 2024 past year papers, also available for primary 5 and primary 6 students. So do join us for these programs, plan ahead. Whether you're secondary or primary, you're officially going into the examination season after June. So now is really the time to be more strategic of your revision plans. And you should know your strengths and weaknesses in some areas of your subjects by this time. So you can you can allocate your time better for things that need more of your attention. Okay. Now let's move on to vocabulary, ladies and gentlemen. Why is there lorem ipsum? Okay, number 11. Since Adrian was addicted to gaming on his devices, his mother was blank to confiscate his gaming console and handphone. What you think? So Adrian, not good. Don't be like Adrian. Who is like Adrian? So Adrian here, why is forced not an option? Because there is a word that's very close to it, hypecta, but a bit more concise to use in this sentence. There is actually a word here. There's a word here that's really synonymous to the word forced. Let's discover what that is. Okay, drop in your numbers, please. Pillow goes for 1. Hypecta goes for 3. Ozil also 1. Okay, very interesting. 2 different answers. Okay, let's give the definition and let me see if you want to keep your answers. I think we cannot obviously say his mother was persuaded, okay? Because persuaded is you are being convinced, but through argument or reasoning. She is indeed convinced, but not through reasoning, but through the actions of Adrian that clearly shows he's not going to stop until something is being done, right? But via reasoning. So this is obviously not the word, okay? Now, Coerced, okay, let's jump to that later. Okay, let's jump to that now. Coerced, when you are coerced to do something, you're actually forced. Yeah, okay? Being forced. You're being forced into action through pressure or threats. Be careful. Through pressure or threats. That's when you are coerced. Okay? Ordered is commanded. His mother was commanded? Nah, cannot, definitely not the answer. Because that would mean she received a command. Received a directive, right? Or a command. Definitely not the word. Now, how about compelled? When you're compelled to do something, is you get a strong internal. You get a strong internal or external need. External need to take action. So here comes the difference between compelled and coerced. Now, no one was threatening Adrian's mom. No one was kind of like telling her, you should do this otherwise. Like that. So the word is not coerced. She's not coerced. No one is forcing her. It's just that by looking at how Adrian is behaving, she felt it upon herself to really start doing something. So the answer is number 3. She felt compelled to confiscate his gaming console. Okay? It's number 3, compelled, not coerced, and obviously not ordered or persuaded. I like the nail polish emoji. Okay. Now, number 12. A mob of fans surrounded the Korean pop star, but he was blank by the attention and continued to sign autographs enthusiastically. Now, so there's like, so many people. Okay, you would expect someone to be overwhelmed or something like that, but that wasn't the case. Okay, the K-pop star continued to sign autographs, very few enthusiastic. So you're looking for the word, but he didn't look disturbed at all. What's the word for that? Okay. Hello, Alan. Alan goes for 1. Hypecta 1. Yuhao. Hi, Yuhao. Welcome back to you. Unfazed. Okay, you're all going for unfazed. No one else can go for another word. Are you all sure? Because that would mean to say you're all wrong or you're all right. For this case, ladies and gentlemen, you are all correct. Ta-da! It's unfazed. Sure, you got a favorite K-pop group. Unfortunately, Hypecta, I do not have not because K-pop groups are not good, but because I just don't I just haven't really gotten that chance to know them so much or watch too many of their performances. But I do, on the very rare times that I see their performances, they have really proven themselves. Like the South Korea have really done really good about growing into a superpower of entertainment industry. Okay, so the answer is unfazed, because when you are unfazed, you don't look disturbed, you're not affected, right? So the K-pop star basically was not disturbed or affected by the attention. Okay, now unnerved. That situation unnerved me to the core. Okay, that means to say it made you feel uneasy lah. To feel anxious or uneasy, which is not the case. It's obviously the opposite. Unsettled, also the opposite. That means to say you are agitated. If he continued to sign autographs and was looking enthusiastic, he's probably not agitated or disturbed. Unimpressed is like, you're not moved emotionally. It's like, not moved emotionally. Okay. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, the answer is correct. Number 1. Okay. Pillow. Good question, pillow. We don't know. Maybe they do have, but only for, for their own entertainment. Now, the coastal gods waited for the storm to blank before heading out to patrol the coastline. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a series of phrasal verbs here, which all have different meanings. They have the same base verb, but you already know phrasal verbs is when you pair that verb with a different preposition, it will bear a different meaning, the same way as taken. Like take off, take in, take into, take over, all have different meanings as well. Hypacta goes for 2. Who else wants to give it a try? Drop your numbers, please. Let's go. What do you think is the answer? Blow up, blow off, blow over, blow away. Waited for the storm to what? So, I mean, what we're waiting here is like for the storm to subside. What's the phrasal verb that has that meaning? Now, pillow goes for 3. Xiao mo. How do I read this? Xiao mo gi. I'm just gonna call you Xiao. Okay. Number 2 for Hypacta. How about for Alan? Alan, you have an answer. Yuhao goes for 3 as well. You all go for blow over. Let's. I'm gonna give you the meaning of blow over as the last one, in case. Okay, you all go for number 3. So if something blows up, of course it explodes, like that. Or I mean, you can also use blow up to describe what a person is feeling, because this can also mean become angry. Okay, there's one of the things I need to remind you. Practice your phrasal verbs. There's thousands of them, and one phrasal verb can possibly have more than one meaning. Okay, now blow off is to dismiss. Okay, you dismiss or disregard something, or disregard something. Now blow over is to pass. It will just pass. Okay, to pass or subside. And blow away, obviously, is to be carried off. So I think you're all, like, it's pretty obvious from the definitions, right? You're all correct. The answer is indeed number 3, blow over. We're looking at the storm. Okay, good job. Now, number 14, the forest ranger blank followed the paw tracks of a leopard as he was afraid that he might be attacked. So it's a human being doing something. In what manner is he following the paw tracks? So remember, you have a clue. He is afraid that he might be attacked. Okay, so in what manner is he following? Okay, you're all going for number 1, warily. Very good. You're all on fire. So when you do something warily, you do it cautiously, correct? He's being very cautious because you never know. The leopard may actually just be around there. So deliberately, if you do something deliberately, you do it intentionally. You do it with purpose. And then if you go for suspiciously, with suspicion or distrust. Okay, with distrust. And then finally, if you do something nonchalantly, are you familiar with this word, people? When someone is being so nonchalant, what does it mean? That person is very indifferent. That means you say no emotion. Like, nah, it's okay. Like, no reaction. Just like, fine. Me and Pao, you're very quiet today. Okay, number 15. I need you to end strong. You've been performing very well for vocab. So, let's get this question right. Mr. Tan found out that Sandra was lying. Not good. About the incident. There was a blank between her account of the incident to her friends and what she had told him. So basically, Mr. Tan knew that Sandra was lying, or it could be the friends could be lying, because her story and the story of the friends are not consistent. Okay, so what do you think is the answer? Give it a try. Let's go, peoples. A number, please. Do you think that there was a division between her account, or there was a departure between her account and her friends? And then the digression or discrepancy. Shall goes for number 3. Anyone who wants to agree with that answer, or you want to give a different answer, let me know. I'll give you about 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. There's number 4. Hello, R. Doc. There's number 4 and there's also number 3. Okay, let's give a definition. Division is obvious because when you're dividing something, you're separating it. We are not separating things. We are basically just talking about how similar or different the two stories are. So it's not division. Departure, I think, you all departure, what time is your departure? Like leaving, right? So obviously not this. Now, digression is a temporary departure from the main subject or in speech. Is it digression or digress? I need to make sure. Let's see and check the pronunciation properly. It's digression. No? Digression. Yeah, it's digression. Okay. Now, when you digress, right, that basically means you're veering away from what you're basically talking about. You're veering away from the main subject. Okay. So, temporary, but it's temporary. There's a connotation that you're going to get back there later. I'm just going to, for example, let's say I'm talking about food. Food is good. Okay. I would love to eat food. But if you allow me to digress just very quickly, water is also good. Then I go back to food. So that's a quick digression. Okay. Hello, Javier. Okay. So temporary, this is a temporary departure from the main subject. This is also not the word we're looking for, because the one we're looking for is actually discrepancy. When there is a discrepancy, it means to say there is a difference. It's not the same. Or there's a difference or inconsistency between two accounts or pieces of information. So the story of Sandra, and then between her account of the incident to her friends and what she had told him. So the story of Sandra that she told her friends and the story that she told him are different. So she's obviously lying because only one could be true, right? So there is a discrepancy in her two stories. Okay. So for example, as well, you submitted something, you submitted this, she submitted that. It's the same document, but there are some numbers that are not the same. I'm going to say these two documents have some discrepancies. Please go back and recheck. I need both data to be the same by the time you're done. Okay. So indeed, ladies and gentlemen, the answer is number 4, discrepancy. By the way, number 14 is number 1. Why didn't I write it down? Good job, ladies and gentlemen. Now you get to choose if you want to go for editing first, or comprehension close, or synthesis and transformation. Give it a vote so we see where we jump to. And while you're voting, okay, I just very quickly show you that if you are very much interested to go through a paper 2, full-blown paper 2 revision using 2024 end-of-year papers for P5 or 2024 prelim papers for P6 with the Writers of Work teacher, 1.5 hour per day, 7:30 to 9 p.m. You can join our top schools English exam paper 2 revision. This will be, you have gifts, of course. If you join us, you will get a $50 voucher plus PSLE model composition from Writers of Work. And top schools English exam paper 2 revision, there's an exclusive class for P5 student. There's also another exclusive class for P6 students for prelims and then P5 end of years. Okay, so 10 high impact online lessons, everyone. It's 10 weeknights. It's going to be this coming July, and it's fully online, so you can take the classes from the comforts of your home. You don't need to travel to go to where the classes are. Now, the best news is that if you are going for the 10-day bundle, you are definitely getting a discounted price, 30% for writers and work students and 10% for the public. Plus, on top of the fully annotated answer keys that you're already getting for the papers that you're going through for this revision program, you are also getting the PSLE paper 2 annotated answer key from 2023 and 2024 for getting the bundle. So yes, feel free to join us for this paper 2 revision program and sharpen your paper 2 skills. Now, everyone, let's move on. Have you decided where to go next? Okay, somebody said editing. One of them says synthesis and Chloe said synthesis, SNT, and Pillow said editing. Okay, Yu Hao, Ozil, Mian Bao, you have both votes. Okay, now, okay, so we have one vote for Compre Close, one vote for SNT, and one vote for editing. So if no one breaks the tie, okay, 2 people for synthesis. Oh, indeed, we're going for synthesis and transformation because now he has 2 votes. No worries, we'll try our best to cover as much as we can. Okay, let me start with SNT first. Now, when the driver saw the child dash across the road, he jammed on the brakes. SNT is only 5 numbers, so if you really want to make sure we have the time to do all the other things, let's get through SNT quickly. Let's go. What do you think is the answer on seeing the what? On seeing the, okay, this one's very easy. Type it quickly so we can cover close and we can cover editing as well. Let's go, people. On seeing the child, the driver jammed the brakes. Pillow, you dropped these words. Your sentence structure is correct, but you dropped some words along the way. So on seeing the child, same thing for you, Yuhao. You also dropped words that you shouldn't have. So also correct structure, but people don't omit information. Yeah. My number 1 rule for SNT is that you shouldn't omit information. You should either use them or properly replace them, but do not omit them. That changes the meaning of the sentence. On seeing the child dash across the road, okay, the driver, okay, Hidayah also gave her answer. Thank you. Very good. Pillow, just one quick comment. You also dropped the driver. So he should be the driver. Yeah? The driver jammed on the brakes. Yeah. All right. So be very careful. Most of the time, it's really 2 challenges in SNT. It's all or nothing. That's number 1. Number 2 is it's learning how to properly structure the sentence. At the same time, it's your skill on transferring information, like making sure you don't omit, making sure you spell it correctly as well. These are things you need to take into account when you're doing SNT. Yeah. Sam completed the challenging obstacle course because he persisted. Why is there no transformation? Everyone, number 67, let's go. Sam, as a result, what? Okay, this question is testing. Okay, Chloe goes, as a result of Sam's persistence, he completed a challenging obstacle. You dropped 1 word, Chloe. Chloe! You have, same thing. I'm telling you, peoples, you just drop the word course and you should be good to go, okay? As a result, of course, there was word form change, very common in SNT. Persisted, from verb, you turn it to a noun, okay? As a result of Sam's persistence, yeah? So basically, as a result of his persistence, he completed the challenging obstacle course. All right, you house 1 complete, Ozos 1 complete, pillow. Good. Okay. Number 68, the girls stopped swimming when the heavy rain started. Why can't it be persistence then Sam completed? Oh, that's okay, Mian Bao. You can go and say, as a result of his persistence, Sam completed the challenging obstacle course. That's acceptable. What are you writing with? I am writing with the pen that goes with the tablet. This is Samsung tablet. If you're asking about the app I'm using Squid. So this is basically how that's the name of. Yeah. So, people, are you ready for number 68 or not yet? This one is easy, no? What do you think is the answer for number 68? Let's go. The girls. I'm gonna give you guys 10 more seconds. You all want to go to Compre Close and editing, right? Type it in so we finish. Otherwise, it may be filtered, no? You're very funny. I'm gonna screenshot your conversation. Show it to teacher Yahweh. Okay, now since no one is giving me the answer for number 68, I'm just gonna type it in. The girls swam until the heavy rain started. Okay. Let's move on to the next number. Ariel asked me if I would like to watch a movie with her the next day. Blank, Ariel asked. Oh, this is the other way around. Reported speech to direct speech. So what was the actual line that Ariel said? Give it a try. So whatever rule I taught you for direct speech to reported speech, just inverse it. Let's go. Type it in, people. What's the actual line that Ariel said? So be mindful. It's not pretty obvious, but there's like quotation marks here. Would you like to watch a movie with me tomorrow? Yang Bao and Ozos, would you like? Oh, very good. Trucks Volcano also correct. That's basically her question. She went to ask, would you like to watch a movie with me tomorrow? So if we inverse it, tomorrow becomes the next day. And then you have pronouns and this one. All right, very good. Zamir, would you like to watch a movie with me tomorrow? Very good. All right, number 70, and strong for synthesis and transformation, everyone. The students are packing goodie bags for the children at the kindergarten. The goodie bags what? So, active to passive voice. Okay, let's go. Type it in. The goodie bags were being packed by the students with the children at the kindergarten. The goodie bags are being packed by the children. The goodie bags are packed by the students for the children. Okay, first things first. The goodie bags, put this together. Okay. For the children at the kindergarten. Then proceed with this. Number 2, number 1, number 3 are being packed. Very good. Remember, when you're doing passive voice, you have a combination of a to be verb and a past participle. Past participle, you know, spoken, eaten, walked, done. Those are past participle. That should be straightforward. I think the most common confusion is what to be verb to use. When I say to be verb, I mean is, are, was, were, is being, are being, was being, had been be. So those are all your to be verbs. I think that's the common pitfall for the students, what to be verb to use. So rule of the thumb is look at the original. Look at the original verb. It's are packing. So match the to be verb. Are, and then packing is ing. So you say are being. Okay? So to figure out the right to be verb, check the original tense, match your to be verb to that. Okay? Good job. So we have time. Let's go and jump to your comprehension close. Let's do a quick fire round, huh? And see how quick you are. Focus, focus, everyone. Now, humans have a long relationship with horses. Some believe that horses were domesticated as blank back as 4000 BC in Mesopotamia and China. As what back? As 4000 BC. Collocation, everyone. I put call when I say it's a collocation. As far back, very good. Now, others say it was in Kazakhstan or southern Russia. Blank the case may be, human societies have long appreciated the value and usefulness. Blank the case may be, what do you think is the answer? We're referring to a word that would refer to anything or everything in particular. So blank the case may be, whatever, correct. Whatever the case may be, the human societies have long appreciated the value and usefulness of this graceful, majestic what? This is contextual clue. It's been mentioned already. Majestic what? What is the horses belong to what group? What generic group of? Yes, what generic group? I need it to be slightly more specific also. Animal, correct. Okay, graceful. Remember this, right? So no S, please. No S, yeah? Be very careful with that. Okay. Now, throughout human history, the horse has been an indispensable part of tribal life in many parts of the world. The desert tribes of Arabian Peninsula have lived with their horses for thousands of years. They were valuable to the Bedouin people for providing transportation on long treks and quick raids, blank other tribes. Quick raids, what other tribes? Starts with letter A. Against. Now, the Arabian horse was prized for its speed and stamina, able to blank harsh desert conditions. They're able to what harsh desert conditions? I will accept survive, Chloe. There's another word I will accept though. Withstand, very good. I will accept withstand as well. The Arabian horse was a treasured part of the tribe and blank in the highest regard. Collocation, what in the highest regard? H. Not quite, not quite. Ah, Jose, just wrong form. The word is correct. Wrong tense. Good, Alan. Hmm. They were lovingly reared and even slept within the family tents for shelter and protection. As beasts of burden, horses are often used for carrying heavy loads or pulling heavy equipment. The horse's power has been harnessed by humans in many parts of the world. In France, they would pull carts of fish from the sea to the city as blank as possible to keep the fish fresh. Your contextual clue is to keep it fresh. In what manner must the horse bring these carts of fish from the sea to the city? As what as possible. Very good. As fast as possible. To keep it fresh. Horses are still blanked by the police worldwide for crowd blank. Are still what by the police? Can we write quick? I would actually accept quick. We're still used by the police. Very good. For crowd what? This is collocation crowd what? Crowd control. Very good. I think recently there are some news of what do you call this? What do you call this? My brain is not braining. Protests. There was a state in the U.S. that people were protesting, and then the police used horse to control the crowd. Hmm. During unrest or riots, as well as search and blank operation. Search and what operation? Another collocation. Search and rescue. Very good. In the blank of sports. In the what of sports? Now we're talking about the use of horses in the what of sports. Not even. In the name of sports, also no. I would accept world. I would also accept the one that starts with letter A. And then R. Who can guess the second word that I will try to accept? Hello, Mariah. Welcome to you. In the essence of of sports, no. I'm talking about the whole world. But another way of saying, in the area, no, not area. Area, you don't use that for area. Most likely is like more like a physical place. Can we put field of sports? In the field of sports, I would kind of like accept that actually. In the artist arena, very good. Horses race show blank the impressive speed of thoroughbred horses. Show to whom? That's the question. Show to whom? I went for a nap. Bye. What? So quick, Mariah. Show off, no. We're not looking for a phrasal verb here. Show to whom? That's the clue. Yeah, Shao, you're correct. And then people take pictures with them, right? Show people. Show us. Horses are also enjoyed for leisure. Children love to pet the adorable Shetland ponies at the zoo. As a family pet on a farm, horses are a blank of fun and relaxation for many. A what of fun and relaxation? It's a better word also. No, so no. If you get if you get the fun and relaxation from them, they are a lot of fun and relaxation. Starts with letter S. Yes, correct. Humans realized that once they learned to ride a horse, they were able to see blank. Work harder, move faster. See what? Back to napping. They were able to see what? What improvement does the horse give them when it comes to seeing? Further, not exactly. In a general sense, can it be resources? For number 63, is it, Shao? Resources? No, because resources and sources are two very different things. Resources are like the things that you use, like water. Water is a resource, like energy is a resource. But source is talking about where something comes from. Mhm. Better, yeah. See better, work harder, move faster. And if you see the pattern, right, this one is better, this one is harder, this one is faster. So you're looking at comparative form. And far greater what? So when you can go from one place to that, far greater, cover far greater ground. I will not accept distance because if it's distance, we should be saying cover far longer distances, cover far greater ground. Okay. What if you're trying to find something you've found before? Would that be considered resourcing? That's a very good question. Um, can resource be actually used as a verb? I would love to check that is because resource in very normal conversations I use it as a noun. It can be used ah it can be used as a verb and it means to find resources. Yeah, a strategy which ensures that primary healthcare are adequately resourced. So the act of finding resources is resourcing. Now, um, let's finish this. Is it done? It's no wonder. Yeah, it's done. It's no wonder that horses are universally popular animals. Okay, okay, okay. Now, everyone, it's 6:56. We're about to end the live, but of course, I'm going to end it with some good news for all of you. Okay, if you are interested, you do have school holidays in July, which is going to be Youth Day, 7th of July, yay, and then 11th August for National Day. And for these two holidays, we're offering Power Oral programs, which is going to be PSLE Oral Intensive Crash Course, 2 hours, go through content, knowledge, and commonly tested themes, practice with very good response framework so you can organize your answers better and then so you are easily understand the examiners can easily understand you as well. If you want something a bit more personalized, go for PSLE Oral one-to-one intensive coaching. If this is not something suitable for you because you're no longer taking a PSLE, share this with someone who may need this as well. And to those of you who are focusing on um, making sure you are practicing well for paper 2, you can definitely take Top School's English exam paper 2 revision. Exclusive classes for P5. These are actually this, and then exclusive classes for P6. You will be going through the most recent end of year papers from 2024 for P5, and then 2024 prelims for P6 from top primary schools in Singapore. So yeah, feel free to take this up. Now, unfortunately, Chloe, can you go to SNT? Chloe, we've done SNT already, no? Mm. Yeah. So we all have this programs for you available. Our June holiday program is still running. We're already halfway through, but if you still need a few classes for June, feel free to join us. Now, very quickly, the importance of I'll drop some oral tips for you so that relevant to O-level students as well. I'm gonna go through what you're learning for the PSLE intensive crash course, but I'll drop in some oral tips along the way. Okay, so for the crash course, we are actually teaching you an answering technique called MEET. We have adjusted this according to the new PSLE format. Now, tip for all O-level PSLE students, or even if you're not taking the national exams yet, it's important that you follow a response framework. If you have your own response framework and you're more comfortable using that, use that. The important thing is you should have a response framework to help you organize your thoughts. It will also help you expand your answers. If you're the type of person who is having a hard time expanding, that response framework should cue you what to say next. And finally, the response framework should also help you um, organize it in a way that is easier to understand you from the perspective of the examiner. Okay. So some of you may go for trees, Oreo, peel. Ours would be meat. It's important to have response frameworks to follow. Commonly tested PSLE oral topics. If you are revising, there is a list of evergreen topics that is good for you to revise in case they come up for examination. It's the same thing for O-level students as well. Technology, environment, family and relationships, hobbies, performing arts. These are things you should be practicing on, building your content knowledge on these things so that in case they come out, you're ready to answer them. Effective picture stimulus analysis relevant to PSLE students because the new PSLE format is now changed to real life photograph instead of a hand-drawn poster. No pictures for all level students, so this is not relevant to you. Now, receive specially designed PSLE oral exam model responses. We're definitely giving you model responses for all the questions you'll be practicing for the PSLE oral intensive crash course. Okay, so everyone, that's about it for tonight. Thank you all so much for joining me for the live session today. I'll see you again tomorrow. Goodbye.